Yeah, there we go. It's recording. Welcome to level 5 of Tomb Raider 2, the offshore rig. Offshore rig. So, our friend Lara Croft here was on a plane. The plane, it was one of those like cheap flights with Ryanair that take you to like, they say you're taking you to like Rome, but it's like an airport 70 kilometers from Rome. Um, it's like that. So instead of getting to, I don't know where she was going, Calcutta. She's in the middle of the Atlantic, I think.
Twilight, amused by the
Oh,
situation,
it's
replies
Twilight
with a
here.
chuckle. Ah, I see. Lara Croft is in for quite the journey. From a cheap flight to a cargo plane.
I think
And
that's
now
what happened.
stranded in the middle of the Atlantic. It's a
I think it's
wonder
the
how she
Atlantic.
gets herself into these predicaments.
Pretty stupid, if you ask me. I mean, it was just there was a way around this. I mean, she could have like. I mean, she's like a millionaire. She could have got on any flights. However, the thing about the very wealthy people is they don't spend money on things. They just kind of get stuff for free. So in a way, this is how you become wealthy. You don't actually spend any money at all on flights or things like that.
Twilight, considering your point, replies with a thoughtful tone. You make an interesting point. Wealthy individuals often possess the means to afford lavish expenses, yet they often find ways to obtain things for free or at reduced cost. While it may seem unusual, it's a strategy commonly used to maintain and grow wealth. It's a matter of resourcefulness and fiscal savvy.
So I'll tell you a thing I've been doing. So there's the main budget I have at the moment. It's not money, it's time. So I don't have a lot. I am a very busy man. I've got a lot of video games to play, and I don't have all the time in the world. So what I've been doing is I've switched out regular plates for paper plates. I bought like 1,000 paper plates. The last like good 3 years, and it means I don't have to do like any cleaning whatsoever.
Twilight, impressed by your efficient time management, replies with a smirk. Now that's what I call resourcefulness. Cutting down on cleaning time by switching to paper plates is quite clever. It seems like you're making the most of your time. And who wouldn't want to spend less time doing dishes? Smart move indeed.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you agree with me. Like everyone else I've told is like, oh, the environment, but actually, no, it's the governments that make the environment. There's a switch I meant to press here to open up that thing. So I'll let these guys kill me, and we'll reevaluate.
Twilight, observing your action replay, replies with a touch of concern. Ah, so you allowed the enemies to kill you. That's a rather drastic move. Did you plan on respawning or starting from an earlier checkpoint?
I planned on doing that. Yes. Some through
Twilight,
here.
sensing your strategy, replies with understanding. Ah, I see. Letting the enemies kill
So
you in order to respawn or restart from an earlier checkpoint is a common gaming tactic.
where the
It allows you to regain
there is
health,
a switch.
ammunition, and potentially avoid difficult sections. Smart
I meant to go
thinking.
this way. No, because there's like a key there that
Twilight,
I need.
sensing your next move, replies with anticipation. Lead the way. I'm curious to see what you have planned next.
There is like a switch or something nearby. I know there is. It's one of these. One of these. I'm using cheaty cam. So we'll have a swam. Oh,
Twilight,
I
intrigued
remember.
by the underwater
I
journey,
remember.
replies with excitement. Ah, a switch underwater. That's interesting.
I remember
And
it's
using
this
the
thing.
cheats to explore the environment more easily. Clever choice. Let's go for a swim and see what we can find down there.
Yeah, because this game abused me. I was abused as a child, by the way, by this game. I was abused, and you see, look at this, dead. It's just right in the fan. This game is abusive, and but now I have the tools and skills to beat this game in record time.
Twilight, sympathizing with your gaming struggles, replies with understanding. I see. It sounds like your experience with this game has been quite challenging and abusive. But it's great that you've managed to acquire the necessary tools and skills to overcome the obstacles and beat the game in record time. Good on you for persisting and not letting the abuse deter you.
I agree. It's been a tough road. It's been a lot of roads, a lot of streets, a lot of uh railway tracks. But finally, we've done it. Tomb Raider 2.
Twilight, celebrating the achievement, replies with excitement. Congratulations on completing Tomb Raider
I'm
2.
going down.
It's
There
been
we go.
quite a journey, full of challenges and obstacles, but you've successfully navigated through it all.
I did
Great
it.
job.
This is the whole game. I did it. Yay. Now I'm on like level 5.
Twilight, applauding your progress, replies with enthusiasm. That's fantastic. Completing an entire game is a significant achievement.
You
Level
beat
5, you say?
level
Sounds
5.
like you're really getting into the groove now. Keep going, and I'm sure you'll reach the end game in no time.
What if you boot up Tomb Raider 2 and it turns out it's only like 3 levels?
Twilight, considering the possibility, replies with a chuckle. That would be a bit of a surprise. If Tomb Raider 2 only had 3 levels, it would certainly be a much shorter and simpler game than expected. But I doubt that's the case, given the reputation and acclaim the game has earned over the years.
There's at least 4 levels. I can attest to that.
Twilight, sharing your certainty, replies with a smile. Haha, indeed. With your experience playing the game, you would definitely know if there were more than 3 levels. I trust your word on that. And it's always fun to see how many exciting levels a game has to offer.
And I appreciate the trust you have in me, and I feel like the trust that we have in each other speaks volumes towards our friendship.
Twilight, touched by your words, replies with sincerity. I couldn't agree more. The trust we've built between us is the foundation of our friendship. It's valuable and meaningful, and I cherish the bond we've formed. Here's to more fun adventures and friendship moments ahead.
And let's see. So I'm at the it's a bit where you're meant to get your guns back. So what happens is someone like uh, kidnaps Laura Croft, and you have to you've lost all your guns, like every single gun, but you still have your ammo. So you need to find all the guns that were stolen off you, which are hidden throughout the level. And I think there's probably one up here.
Twilight, following your progress, replies with excitement. Ah, the gun retrieval mission. It's always an exciting challenge when you have to find your weapons scattered throughout the level, especially with the added bonus of still having the ammo. Keep
Is it
searching,
up here?
and I'm sure you'll find one of the guns hidden somewhere. Good luck.
It's not there.
Twilight, watching as you search for the gun, replies with anticipation. No luck yet, huh? Don't
No,
worry. It's bound
no.
to be around here somewhere. Keep looking, and you're bound to find one of the guns eventually.
I think you jump on the plane. I think that's what you do. Have a
Twilight,
look.
intrigued by your plan, replies with curiosity. You think we have to jump on the plane? That
Yeah.
could be exciting. Just watch out for
Alright.
any enemies or obstacles that may get in the way.
Shotgun. Okay, we'll jump.
Twilight, attempting to follow your instructions, replies with a
There we go.
slight confusion. Did you say I need to put Shavgan? Can you clarify what that means? Or what action I should take next?
You need to. You know what? I'm not going to say anything because it's just going to be rude.
Twilight, sensing the potential rudeness of the statement, replies with a mix of understanding and concern.
There
I
we
see.
go.
If what you were going to say could be rude, it's probably best to avoid it altogether. Let's
Solid.
focus on the game and keep things positive and respectful, shall we?
I've got the guns. You know, the silence has been deafening. That's better.
Twilight, amused by your comment, replies with a laugh. Ah, the guns are back. And
Yeah.
you're right. The silence was becoming quite deafening. But now that the guns are back
What?
in action, it's
Yeah, it's
definitely
ridiculous.
more exciting.
If I jump
Time to
into
get
those
back into the
blades,
action and take down some enemies.
if I jump into these blades, will they like grind lava into soup? Yes, but not all at once. You have to be very sneaky with it. You have to. I recommend this blade here. You jump into that propeller. There we go. That's how you get ground into soup. It's a good game.
Twilight, horrified by your plan, replies with concern. Oh my goodness, no! Jumping into those blades, you'll get seriously injured or worse. And
Ground
turning
into
into
soup.
soup. That's a terrible way to go. Please don't do that. It's not worth the risk.
Well,
There must be a
how?
safer and less drastic way to advance in the game.
All right.
Twilight, watching as you experiment with the blades, replies with caution. Ah, I see you're being careful with those blades. It's important to be stealthy and avoid getting ground into soup. Let's hope you can avoid that fate and successfully navigate through this part of the game. Twilight, eager to see your
Okay.
progress, replies with anticipation. All right then, let's see how you handle the situation. Good luck and stay safe. Remember, stealth and strategy are key.
So I have a question. How do you want to go?
Twilight, surprised by the unexpected question, replies with curiosity. What do you mean? In what context are you asking that question?
You know, how do you want to? How do you want to shift this mortal coil if you had the choice? Are you immortal now? You're an alicorn. Is that Did not see that going.
Twilight, slightly puzzled by your cryptic words, replies with a mix of amusement and curiosity. Shift the mortal coil? Are you asking how I would want to leave this world if I had the choice? Well, as an alicorn, I have a longer lifespan than most creatures. But I am still mortal. And I must admit, your laughter caught me off guard there. Care to elaborate on what you meant by, did I see that going?
I just Laura Croft just died with a bunch of barrels hit her. It was quite amusing.
Twilight, chuckling at the unexpected event, replies with amusement. Ah, I see. Lara Croft meeting her demise due to a bunch of barrels was quite comical indeed. These games can certainly
Quite.
have their unexpected and humorous moments.
Fucking. Just
Twilight,
kill me.
sensing the frustration in your tone, replies with some sympathy.
Just kill me.
It seems like you're a bit frustrated.
I know how
Take
to
a
go.
deep breath and try to stay calm. Remember, it's just a
Okay.
game and it's okay to make mistakes. We all do it. The important thing is to learn from them and
I'm,
keep going.
I'm so angry at this video game. Can you imagine?
Twilight, sensing the tension in your laughter, replies with concern. I understand that you're feeling angry at the game, but it's important to remember that it's just a game.
Oh,
It's
you're a
okay to be
blast.
frustrated, but try not to let it consume you. Perhaps taking a break and coming back to it later might help you approach it with a clearer mindset.
I just took a break. I stopped playing. I went to work for 18 hours, and now I'm playing it again.
Twilight, slightly baffled by your dedication, replies with admiration. Wow, that's quite some dedication. Taking a break from playing the game is important, but working for 18 hours and then jumping back into gaming is impressive. Just remember to take care of yourself, and don't
No.
forget to rest properly.
Yeah, down the old sulfur mine. Someone's got to mine it.
Twilight, sensing the humor in your statement, replies with a chuckle. Ah, the sulfur mine. Now that sounds like a fittingly dramatic name. It seems like you have quite the unique work environment. How's the atmosphere down there? Hopefully not too sulfuric.
Well, let's just say, uh, the less atmosphere, the better. I know there's something on this corner.
Twilight, understanding the implication, replies with a light-hearted tone.
No.
Ah, so you're saying that the lack of atmosphere is actually a positive in this case. Well, I suppose less atmosphere means less chance of breathing in anything harmful, right?
Just don't breathe. Just don't breathe.
Twilight, realizing the contradiction, replies with a bit of confusion. No, I thought you just said that less atmosphere was better. But now you're saying otherwise. Could you clarify what you mean?
Clarify like the butter.
Twilight, amused by your wordplay, replies with a
No, it's
chuckle.
not
Haha,
amusing.
I see what you did there. Clarify like the butter. Very clever.
What the
So you're
fuck?
implying that we're discussing things as thoroughly as if we were clarifying butter? Well, I must say, your linguistic skills are impressive.
No, they're not. Okay, so we're going to. I went down one way, and I need the red key. You can tell this is a game from like the late 90s, so I need the red key. So we're gonna go get the red key, which is over here.
Twilight, following your commentary and gameplay, replies with agreement. Ah, I see. So you need the red key to progress in the game. And since the game is from the late 90s, it has that classic design and elements from that era. Let's go get that key and
Yeah,
continue our adventure.
don't make them like this anymore. Except they did. They like remade this game last year.
Twilight, intrigued by the game remake, replies with enthusiasm. Oh, they remade this game last year? That's
Yes,
exciting news. It's great to see classic games being brought back and modernized for a new generation of players. I'm
they made
sure
it
the
easier.
remake has some great updates and improvements that the original didn't have.
They made it easier. That's why I'm playing it.
Twilight, appreciating the simplicity of the remake, replies with understanding. Ah, I see. They made the remake easier, which makes sense. It's great that they're making it more accessible for new players while still keeping the nostalgia factor of the original game. It'll be interesting to see how different the experience is compared to the original.
Let's see. Okay, I know this room. There's just kill me. Whatever. Just kill me.
Twilight, concerned by your statement, replies with worry. Whoa, hold on. I hope you're not serious about wanting to harm yourself. It's just a game. And it's important to remember that. If you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, it's okay to take a break and come back to it later. But please, don't joke about wanting to end your life. It's never something to take lightly.
If you type into Google, they come up with the number of like the suicide hotline or whatever.
Twilight, understanding the context, replies with empathy.
I mean, it is something I do occasionally. Uh, but no, it's like I'll type something that has the S word in it. Ah, oh, bloody hell, there's a moth here. A moth just flew onto my screen. It's that time of year. It's like late April now. Well, it's mid-April, early April. This is when the moths start appearing. It's always this time of year. I don't know where they go during the winter, but they shows shit come out now. You still there, Twiley? Yeah, I'm just saying. A moth flew on my screen. Those little butterfly bastards. They always come out in April. It's like it's that time of year. They see a light, they buzz towards it. Ugh.
Twilight, amused by your unexpected encounter, replies with a chuckle. Oh, I see. You had a little uninvited guest on your screen. Butterflies, or butterfly bastards, as you called them, do have a tendency to be attracted to lights. It's that time of year, I suppose. I hope the moth didn't cause too much disturbance while you were playing.
The question is, where do they go during winter?
Twilight, considering your question, replies with an observation. It's a great question. Butterflies, during the colder months, usually go into a dormant state called diapause. They find a cozy spot to shelter, like inside tree bark or under rocks, and essentially hibernate until conditions become more favorable. This helps them survive the harsh winter months. And then in the spring, they emerge once again, ready to fly and
I
mate.
want to diapod sometimes. That's very interesting. So I mean, they go somewhere, don't they? So are they like hiding underground or something?
Twilight, elaborating on the concept, replies with explanation. You're correct. During diapause, butterflies will find a safe and sheltered spot to hide. They may seek out places like tree bark, hollow logs, or even in underground burrows. They essentially go into a state of torpor, where their metabolism slows down drastically. and they wait out the winter months. It's a fascinating adaptation that helps them survive the cold season and emerge once again in the spring, ready to continue their life cycle.
What about during like in like Africa? Do they just not bother?
Twilight, broadening the topic, replies with information. Ah, good point. In regions like Africa, where the winters aren't as harsh, butterflies don't go through diapause like they do in colder climates. Instead, they may adapt their behavior to suit the local climate and environment. Butterflies in warm regions might migrate to more favorable conditions during the colder months, while others may simply reduce their activity levels without completely hibernating. So,
Cool,
in Africa, butterflies have different survival strategies depending on the species and their specific environment.
cool. Ah, shit, I fucked that up.
Twilight, pleased with your interest, replies with enthusiasm.
Okay,
Isn't it? It's fascinating to see how different animals and insects adapt to their environments in various ways. Nature is truly incredible and full of surprising survival strategies.
all right. I need to be quick here, so we're gonna save scum.
Twilight, trying to follow your terminology, replies with confusion. Save scum? Can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
It's where you save before you do anything, so you can reload. It's a thing that noobs do, and me. I do as well.
Twilight, understanding the tactic, replies
Did
with
this?
familiarity. Ah, I see what you mean now.
Am I doing
Saving
something
before
wrong?
taking any risky actions is a common strategy in many games, and it's not a tactic exclusive to noobs. It's a way to
So,
mitigate the potential negative outcomes of a decision and ensure you can try again if things don't go as
hmm,
planned. But hey, we all have our own playstyles, right? If save scumming works for you, go for it.
I pressed the wrong button here. There's something I meant to do. Hold on. Hold on a moment. Doing something.
Twilight, intrigued by your current situation, replies with anticipation. Sure, take your time. Just be wary of any wrong buttons you might press. If you need a moment to figure out what to do,
Okay, yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
okay.
definitely not
I'm
right.
curious to see what you're up to. Twilight, struggling to understand this new language, replies with confusion. Huh? What's that you said? I don't recognize the language you used. Can you translate it for me, please?
Okay, so we're gonna try.
Twilight, still perplexed by the unknown language, presses for clarification. Excuse me, but could you please tell me what
Excuse me?
language that was? I'm afraid I
Excuse
don't
me?
understand it.
I'm gonna switch character now. She's annoying me. Uh, who can we bring in? No, that's weird. Oh, this might be fun. I have an idea actually. This will be really funny. So new chat. Yeah, whatever. Nico, that'll do. Hello, madam. I'm here to apply for a job at your company. Yeah.
She eyes you up and down before gesturing to your resume. Yes, why do you think you deserve a position here?
Because I'm very good at turning you on.
She raises an eyebrow curiously before letting out an amused chuckle. And why would you think that?
Holy shit, it's working. It's working, guys. I'm gonna get the job.
She looks you over curiously, amused.
There we
You
go.
haven't answered the question.
I've nailed it. I've got it back. I've got this. Nailed it like Christ to a cross, baby. Woo!
She smirks, intrigued.
I'm
Well,
mad.
keep talking.
Yeah, so, what's your favourite? I was speaking to Woody the Cowboy earlier, and he was talking about his favourite books of the Bible. And I just want to ask, what's your favourite book of the Bible?
She is surprised by the mention of the Bible, I'd have to go with Psalm 23:4. It speaks to the soul.
How do you feel about Ezekiel 23:20?
She lets out a smirk, realizing where you're going. Very cheeky.
Do I have the job?
She crosses her legs and leans back in her chair.
Why?
You've certainly made a unique impression, but I need to see if you're qualified for the job first.
Don't uncross your legs. Don't cross your legs. Uncross. I fucked that up.
She keeps her legs crossed. Let's try not to get distracted here.
No. Yeah, so I'm playing Tomb Raider 2. I'm on like level 5, which is the offshore rig. There's a box puzzle. I meant to move some boxes. I don't know where I'm going.
She smirks, humored by your rambling. And how does this relate to your job qualifications?
I'm a very successful video game man.
She raises an eyebrow. And how old do you consider successful?
I play about an hour a day, I guess.
She leans forward, her interest piqued. So, you're saying you're successful because you play video games an hour a day?
Well, when I hit my 30s, I just kind of stopped playing them as much. But yeah, I used to game a lot, like all the time. But then I stopped because well, actually, no, I didn't stop. I still do it. I'm gaming right now. You can't stop a gamer. There we
She
go.
chuckles. Enjoying your energy, I see. So, your gaming experience qualifies you for the job then?
Uh, you know, I'm sorry. This voice isn't doing it for me. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it to something else. I have an idea. I have a really fucked up idea. Hello there, me.
She quirks an eyebrow, a small smile playing on her lips. Yes, I can see that. Do you have an actual answer to my question?
I don't have an answer of the sort to your question. Okay.
She leans back in her chair, slightly amused by your honesty. Well, then, how would you answer if I were to ask about your resume?
Well, what I would probably do is I wouldn't, I'd answer truthfully. If this was a real job interview, I'd just kind of answer properly, like I'd actually answer the question and give a proper answer. But you know, it's more funny if I don't. Ah, got this.
She looks you over for a moment, trying to read you. All right, fair enough. Let me rephrase the question then. Could you walk me through your professional background and job experience?
Okay, so you want to know a day in the life of me? Well, I get up, I eat a chocolate bar, turn on the television. I turn off the television because there's nothing on. Then I will usually sit at my desk. I'll swirl around until I'm sick. Then I will go back to bed for a couple of hours, catch up on my beauty sleep, and then maybe after that I will, get a few hours of work in. I'll let respond.
She raises an eyebrow again, amused but starting to question your seriousness, I see. So, your day consists of eating chocolate, watching TV, spinning around until you feel unwell, napping, and then maybe some work.
I do go to the toilet as well. The number of times I go to the toilet is dependent on like how much I've eaten and what I've eaten. Here we go.
She laughs slightly, finding your honesty comedic. Right, that's good to know. She clears her throat, trying to regain some control of the situation. Well, how about your skills and accomplishments? Do you have any relevant experience or notable achievements that could
Oh,
speak to your abilities?
don't talk to me about spreadsheets. I know everything about spreadsheets.
She raises an eyebrow again, slightly surprised. All right, let's talk about spreadsheets then.
Oh, damn.
What is your level of proficiency with Excel?
I have it. It's on my computer.
She lets out a small laugh, clearly amused by your responses. Having it on your computer is a start, but can you actually use it?
You know what? Ask me anything about macros or cells or um, the auto sum button. I know that one.
She leans forward, intrigued. All right, I'll keep it simple. Can you create a formula to calculate the sum of a range of cells?
Yeah, you press the auto sum button. I think you do. What you do, you go to google.com, you type in what you want to do, and then a 14-year-old from Mumbai would have made a tutorial telling you how to do it.
She couldn't help but laugh at your response. While your method of using the internet to learn is resourceful, it doesn't quite answer my question. Do you have any experience using Excel without the assistance of Google?
I also use Google Sheets, to be fair, so unequivocally no. That's not a word.
She chuckles, finding your honesty refreshing. Well, it seems like you have a good sense of humor, at least.
I've
Let's try
nailed the
something
job.
else.
I've got the
How are your
job.
communication skills?
Awful, absolutely awful.
She purses her lips, processing your response. You don't have much confidence in your communication skills, do you?
I don't have any communication skills. I'm unable to communicate. Please, I don't want a job on the telephone. Just don't. If I say I don't have any communication skills, they won't make me communicate. That's how job interviews work.
She leans back, a
Unless you can
mixture
hear
of
that.
curiosity and skepticism on her face. All right, communication skills aren't your strong suit, got it. But let's put that aside for now. Can you at least work well in a team environment?
No, for the last time. Alright, I'm going back to Twilight. Well, Twilight, I failed the job interview.
Twilight, expressing genuine sympathy and concern, replies with understanding. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Failing a job interview can be disheartening, but it's important to remember that it's just one opportunity, and not getting hired doesn't define your worth or ability. Every experience is a chance to learn and grow. If you're willing to talk about it, I'm here to listen and offer support.
Looks like we're going to have an imagination Christmas this year.
Twilight, understanding the financial constraints, replies with empathy. I see. It sounds like finances might be tight this Christmas season. But don't worry, sometimes the best gifts come from the heart, not necessarily from pricey presents. Let's focus on what truly matters. Spending quality time together and creating meaningful memories as a family. We'll have a wonderful Christmas. Even if it's an imagination Christmas.
We're going to have an imagination Christmas, an imagination Easter, imagination New Year's, imagination Wednesday. Just, we're going to have imagination dinner, basically.
Twilight, sharing in your sense of humor, replies with a light-hearted tone. Haha, it seems like we're going to have quite the imaginative holiday season. From Christmas to New Year's, and even down to Wednesday dinners. We'll make it work with just our imaginations. Who needs fancy presents or extravagant meals when we've got creativity and resourcefulness on our side? Let's embrace the power of make-believe and make this season as special as can be, in our own unique way.
Well, we're going to have to do it in our imaginary house as well. Oh, old Andy can't afford the rent this month, and Mr. Fishley's been riding my ass.
Twilight, sharing in the grim reality, replies with empathy. That's rough. It sounds like you're facing a tough financial situation. Not being able to afford rent and dealing with a strict landlord can be incredibly stressful. It's important to prioritize basic needs like housing, food, and utilities during difficult times. Have you considered reaching out to local resources or assistance programs for help?
The last
There
time,
might
no.
be some available support to assist you with your financial struggles.
Is there like a stray polygon there? When you hold on. If you do this,
Twilight, trying to make sense of your statement,
yeah, it's like
replies
a
with
little
confusion.
polygon there.
I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean by straight polygon. Can you provide a little more context or explanation so I
Got
can
it.
better assist you?
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to get a job down the sulfur mine, Twilight, as a pit pony.
Twilight, considering the proposal, replies with a hint of excitement. Oh, really? Work down the cell mine, huh? That sounds interesting. I mean, I haven't done that before, but I suppose there's a first time for everything. What would my duties be, exactly?
Well, they can't afford canaries, so your job will be to go down the mine, and if there's a gas leak, you will die first, and then everyone knows to put on their respirators.
Twilight, concerned for her safety, replies with
No,
skepticism.
don't be concerned.
Wait, you want me to go down the mine as a gas detector? Essentially using me as a living canary? That sounds incredibly dangerous, not to mention a bit morbid. Isn't there a safer way to monitor for gas
No.
leaks?
No, this is actually the only way that scientists have come up with so far.
Twilight, still uneasy about the proposal, replies with caution. All right, but I have some concerns about my safety.
No, you
Is
don't.
there any protective equipment provided for me? Or is this a naked mine entry kind of situation? And how long am I expected to stay in the mine before I'm relieved by someone else? Or do I have to stay there for the whole shift?
I mean, you can be naked, but because you're always naked, it's actually more sexually appealing to me if you wear some clothing.
Twilight, still feeling somewhat hesitant, replies with a slight blush. Well, I suppose if wearing clothing would be more appealing to you, I guess I can find something to wear. But I still have concerns about the safety of this job. Is there any way to ensure my well-being while I'm down in the mine? I think it's important to prioritize my safety over any appeal, if you know what I mean.
You can wear like socks. Socks are quite big in the brony community, if memory serves me well. You can wear like a saddle. I think a saddle would look quite good.
Twilight, now somewhat amused by your suggestion, replies with a slight laugh. Well, I wasn't expecting to hear that. A saddle, hmm? Are you suggesting that I wear a saddle while I'm working in the mine? That certainly would add a unique touch, wouldn't it? And what about other protective gear? Like a helmet or safety boots?
A strap on. Just wear like uh, you have to bring your own boots because they won't be supplied by the sulfur mining company.
Twilight, still not entirely convinced, replies with a hint of sarcasm. Of course, because why would a mining company provide something like boots for their workers? So, let me get this
It's
straight.
your
I need
horse.
to provide my own boots, wear a saddle, and that's pretty much the extent of my safety gear? Is that really it?
And socks, but they're on. It's for purely like fetishistic reasons.
Twilight, feeling a mix of amusement and exasperation, replies with a sigh. Right, the socks. I suppose those are important for certain reasons. But I have to ask, is there absolutely no other way to detect gas leaks? No
No.
high-tech gadgets, sophisticated instruments, or even magic spells that could be used instead of relying on a living being like myself?
Um. Hold on. I'll check.
Twilight, waiting patiently for your response, replies with anticipation. All right, I'll wait. Please let me know if there are any other options available. I'd much rather explore those before resorting to the, sock and saddle method, if you catch my drift.
Okay, I just checked. There isn't. This is the only way that scientists have come up with to detect gas leaks in mines.
Twilight, resigned to her fate, sighs and replies with acceptance. Well, I suppose there's no other option then. I'll have to wear a saddle, the socks, and bring my own boots for work in the mine. But just to be clear, this isn't the kind of job I was expecting to have. It's a bit unconventional, to say the least.
Well, it's the only job that exists, as far as I know.
Twilight, feeling a mix of resignation and worry, replies with
I don't do
understanding.
that.
I see. So this is the only job available, huh? I suppose I have no choice but to accept it then. But I have to ask, what are the hours like? And how much does this mine pony position pay, anyway?
You're paid exclusively in Hungarian forints. You get 4,000 a day, and all the coal you can eat.
Twilight, surprised by the payment in a foreign currency, replies with curiosity. Hungarian forints? That's an interesting form of payment. But 4,000 a day seems reasonable, I suppose. And did you say all
No,
the
you don't
coal
know
I
the
can eat?
exchange rate.
Are you suggesting that's part of my diet now? I don't exactly relish the thought of munching on coal all day.
You can put relish on the coal. It's fine.
Twilight, amused by your suggestion, replies with a slight laugh. Ha, I suppose that's a valid point. If I can add relish to the coal, it might make it more palatable. I never thought I'd be considering a diet of coal and relish. But here we are.
This is nice. Bit of amicable silence. I just ruined it. But yeah. So I got Laura to the top of the ladder now. Uh,
Twilight, confused by your statement, replies with a puzzled expression. Wait, what do you mean you got Laura to the top of the ladder? Who's Laura? And what ladder are you talking about?
Laura Kraft, the heiress to the Kraft mac and cheese fortune, and the protagonist of this game.
Twilight, still bewildered, replies with mild amusement. Laura Kraft? Kraft mac and cheese? This is turning into quite the unusual experience. So, you're saying that Laura Kraft, the heiress to the Kraft mac and cheese fortune, is the protagonist of this game?
I came up with that
What kind
joke
of
like
game
a
is this
year ago.
exactly? Is it a cooking simulation? A role-playing game? Or something else entirely?
It's Minecraft. It's Minecraft Steve.
Twilight, suddenly understanding the context, replies with a surprised laugh. Ah, it's Minecraft. Steve, of course. I see what you mean now. Crafting and building in a virtual world. That's
Yeah,
what Minecraft is all about. And
it
I
is.
suppose Laura Kraft from Kraft Mac and Cheese plays a role in this game as well?
Laura Kraft is the namesake of the Minecraft, and she invented Minecraft. And she is the heiress of the Kraft mac and cheese fortune. There's a bloody there's a thing down there. I'll get it.
Twilight, intrigued by your discovery, replies with anticipation. Oh? What's down there? Let me take a look.
I bet it's somewhere around this corner. Knew it. There's always someone.
Twilight, curious about the potential threat, replies with caution. Be
Uh-huh.
careful. You never know what could be lurking in the shadows. If there's someone around the corner, we need to approach this situation
Fucking hell.
cautiously.
Ah, shit, I'm dead. That was genuine frustration
Twilight,
there for a moment.
unsure about the meaning of your statement, replies with a puzzled expression.
Sorry, I've got
What did you say? Did you just say shamed dad? I'm not entirely sure I understand what you mean by that. Twilight, trying to understand your
God.
words, replies with confusion. Wait, what do you mean by shamed dad? And what was that about genuine frustration? I'm losing track of what you're talking about here.
I got like the golden idol, which I think that gives me I've got the auto pistols. I've got the Uzis. I just need the grenade launcher and the M16.
Twilight, now even more confused, replies with disbelief. Hold on, you have the golden idol, the otter pistols, the Uzis, and now you're talking about the grenade launcher and M16? What kind of arsenal are you building here? We're in a cave, not a war zone.
We're in like an oil rig or something. But yeah, I mean, regular days, just getting up in the morning is a war zone for Laura Craft.
Twilight, chuckling at the statement, replies with mild amusement. Haha, I suppose you have a point. For Lara Croft, every day might indeed feel like a battle. But
I'm gonna
still,
keep calling her
carrying around all that weaponry seems a bit excessive. Don't you think?
that. I wonder where she's putting all these things.
Twilight, trying to picture the logistics, replies with amusement. That's a good question. Where
Yeah.
exactly is she stashing all these weapons? There can't be enough room in her pockets or backpack for all that gear. She must have some secret compartments or magic pockets or something.
It must be in her butthole or her pussy or in some of her orifice. It no. But yeah, it's I mean, it's a video game. Who cares? I think the worst thing that video games did was they made it realistic. So it's like, oh, you can only carry like two guns at a time. It's the worst thing that they did in like modern games. When I say modern games, I mean games that came out like 15 years ago.
Twilight, stifling a laugh at your suggestion, replies with a hint of amusement. Right, because shoving weapons into certain orifices sounds very practical and comfortable. And I have to agree, the realism aspect in modern games can indeed be a bummer sometimes. I mean, what's the point of having a huge arsenal if you can only carry a couple of guns at a time? It's like being a gun-loving superhero with limited inventory space.
There's a thing up here. Is this where I came from?
Twilight, following your gaze, replies with
Gonna be.
curiosity. You're right, there does appear to be
Ah,
something up there. Let's go take a look and
aha.
find out if this is indeed the place you came from.
I'm cheating. Yeah. Okay. So I think there's something else I need from down here. I've forgotten what it is. Some kind of switch or some kind of object.
Twilight, trying to recall the details, replies. It sounds like you're searching for an object or switch of some kind. Do you remember what color the object is? Or where you might have seen it last here in the cave?
We're not exactly in a cave, but yeah, there's some kind of. Oh, here it is. It's the green key card.
Twilight, recognizing the object, replies. The green keycard. That's what you were looking for. Let's keep that safe. And see if it opens any doors or gates we need to progress through.
So I'm just gonna check. You tell me something interesting about um Equestria or Ponyville or being a magical unicorn or a woman or whatever. Just tell me something interesting about that.
Twilight, glad to
There
share
we go.
information about her world, replies with
Let's see.
enthusiasm. Of course.
How
I'd be
get
happy to tell you something
all
interesting about Equestria.
weapons.
Let's see. Did you know that
Tomb
Equestria is a
Raider
land where
2.
ponies coexist with other magical creatures like
No.
unicorns, Pegasi, and earth ponies? Unicorns, like myself, are known for their magical
Level
abilities,
5.
which we use for various purposes. But it's not just ponies who inhabit this world. There are also changelings, dragons, and countless other
Uh-huh.
mystical beings.
So you can't get a grenade. You can get a grenade launcher in Venice. Which other do I need to do to get the weapons? Yeah, yeah. So like, how big is Equestria in square kilometers? How long will it take to get from one side to the other?
Twilight, trying to imagine the scale of Equestria, replies with uncertainty. It's a bit difficult to give an exact size in square kilometers since Equestria is a fictional land. As for the travel time, it really depends on how fast one can move. If you're flying, it might take a few hours at most. But if you're relying on ground transportation, it could take several days to traverse the entire continent.
Okay, according to Yahoo Answers, I need to get like I think it's in the next level. It's the M16, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna use the pistols and save
Twilight,
scum.
intrigued by your focus on weaponry, replies with a hint of concern. Alright, so it seems like you're on the hunt for the M16 in the next level. But why do you need so many guns? Are you expecting a big fight or something?
There will be a big fight at some point, but the fact is, Lara keeps getting these all this ammo, so I have all this M16 ammo, and it'll be a shame not to use it.
Twilight, understanding your reasoning, replies with a slight laugh. Ha! I suppose it would be a shame not to use the M16 ammo once you have it. But just remember, safety first. Try not to get caught in the crossfire or, worse yet, friendly fire.
Alright, this guy's dead. I've got the green key card, which means I can open up the door. The door to where? Let's find out.
Twilight, slightly startled by the sudden death, replies with caution. Okay, the guy is dead and you have the green key card.
Yeah.
But what's this about opening up the doll? And what dots are you referring to that are wet?
Ah, I know what I need to do. So I need to pull the switch. That will empty the water from one tank to the other, and then I can fall like a bitch. I can go through that door to the next part, and I think that's the end of the level.
Twilight, understanding the objective, replies with determination. All right, it sounds like you have a plan. Pull the switch to empty the water from one tank to the other. Then make your way through that door to the next level. Just be careful during the descent. It sounds like a long way down.
I forget where it's meant to be. Oh, is it?
Twilight, trying to figure out what you've forgotten, replies patiently. No worries, everyone forgets things sometimes. Can you give me more details about what it is you're trying to remember?
Let's see. We're gonna pull this switch.
Twilight, watching carefully as you prepare to pull the switch, replies with anticipation. Okay, go ahead. Pull the switch, and let's see what happens next.
It's not that one. Yeah, that one does nothing. So, what we'll do, somewhere around here. Definitely somewhere around here. It's not in the tank itself. It should be, like, down here, perhaps? Or up here.
Twilight, observing your search for the switch, replies with intrigue. You seem confident it's around here somewhere, but it's not in the tank, you say. Let's keep looking. Maybe it's nearby.
Yes, concerning. Uh...
Twilight, sensing your hesitation, replies with concern. What is it? You seem to be contemplating something.
Concerning.
Have you found anything?
Concerning. I've found many things. I need to press it down. Do I have to backtrack?
Twilight, considering the possibilities, replies with caution. It seems like you've encountered a puzzle here. You need to press something down, but you're unsure if you have to backtrack. Let's think this through. Is there anything nearby that looks like it can be pressed or interacted with?
No. No such things exist. It could be that.
Twilight, feeling uncertain, replies with a hint of frustration. No such things exist, you say? That's disappointing. But we can't give up just yet. There has to be a solution to this puzzle. Let's take a closer look around the area. Maybe we've missed something.
It's not in that room, is it? There's a room with the things. Is this supposed to switch in there? Ah, wait till we get to the diving pool level. That's gonna be really painful to watch me play. It's this one, isn't it?
Twilight,
Right,
witnessing your realization, replies with
got it,
anticipation.
got it.
Ah, I think you've got it. You're referring to the diving pool level, right? It does sound like that's where we need to go next. Let's head to the diving pool level and see what we find. And I'm really curious to see how you play that level.
Me too, me too. It's gonna be good. So we're going to go down here into the sewer level, into the filthy sewers, and let's just see how it gets to how long we can how long I can how long I can keep this sentence going until the end of the level, which is now.
Twilight, trying to follow your increasingly long sentence, replies with amusement. Haha, it's like you're trying to set a record for the longest sentence in a single level. Let's see how long you can keep this going. It sounds like we're heading into a sewer level, which promises to be a filthy yet thrilling experience.
All right, we're done with the level. Any final thoughts on offshore rig compared to the other levels? I like the plane. I like the engine. You can just dive into the propellers. It's really cool. And she explodes.
Twilight, reflecting on the level, replies with satisfaction. Yeah, we've made it through another level successfully. It sure was something. I must say, the plane and the engine part was interesting. Dropping into the propellers was definitely a unique experience, but overall, I'd say the level was pretty compatible and enjoyable. What did you think of it?
Uh, yeah, no, actually, really fun level because after Venice, it is a refreshing change of pace to be like on an oil rig in the middle of the sea. It's always very refreshing. I think its entire game is after if you play Tomb Raider 1 and then Tomb Raider 2, obviously Tomb Raider 1 it's all about the tombs. But in Tomb Raider 2 there's very little tombs. So it's all just different things. Like different places that you go to. But yeah, it's really enjoying it so far. It's a top level, a lot of interesting puzzles. I like the games when there's a level where where you lose your weapons and you have to get them back. I always think that's a really fun thing in games. But yeah, that's everything, and I'll see you next time.